Hey everybody, Paul Croker here from 18IT, doing IT differently with a cup of tea and some rock and roll. Today I want to talk to you about something that sounds a little bit boring on the surface, but it's one of the biggest make or break parts of your cybersecurity setup: patch management. Now before you scroll on, stick with me because this isn't just about Windows updates, there's a whole lot more. Patching is everything. It's your firmware, it's your applications, it's your end user devices like PC, Macs, mobiles, networking infrastructure, things like switches and Wi-Fi access points, and all of those third-party applications that we use every day. Patch management basically means keeping the technology you use up to date and secure. Every time a manufacturer or developer releases an update, it's usually because something has been found. A bug, a vulnerability, or a performance issue. And what if you don't patch it? Well, basically you're leaving the door wide open for the attackers to get in, and believe me, they already know how to get in, because once that vulnerability goes public, it's game on. They know exactly where to hit, and unpatched systems are always easy targets. But it's not just Microsoft. It's your switches, your routers, and your access points. They all need firmware updates. It's your desktops, your laptops, servers, MacBooks, iPhones, Androids. Yep, even those iOS and Android devices also matter, and we also need to patch and update the firmware on those, as well as the applications on them as well. And it's the standard third-party applications that we use day in, day out. Things like Adobe, Zoom, Chrome, Teams, Slack, Dropbox, you name it, it needs patching if it's installed. We all rely on these tools every day, and every one of them needs to be updated. If one slips behind, that's all it takes for a threat actor to get a foothold onto the estate, and then they're up and running. Now, I hear this a lot. It's fine, Paul, I've got tools that handle this, and it's done automatically, or we script it and we run it automatically. Whilst that's great, do you actually check that those processes and those automating processes and stuff work? Because back in the day when we had WSUS, we had issues all the time and things were still not working right, even though it looked like it was. And that was on the same network. So just because automation is good and it's reporting, it's important that we follow up on it. You need to verify, you need to check the logs, review the dashboards, and make sure things haven't failed silently in the background. Sometimes a patch doesn't install properly, or a reboot gets missed, or an endpoint drops off the system. And that's where people get caught out. They assume it's handled, but no one is actually looking at it to confirm it. Patch management isn't set and forget, it's set, check, and verify. Think about it. Some of the biggest breaches that we've seen over the last few years, months, or even weeks have come from something that could have been patched or updated. Old versions of software, firmware updates missed, or devices that have fallen through the cracks. And the cost of not patching properly, well, that's downtime, data loss, and a lot of stress you really don't need. A lot of stress you really don't need. And also, if you think you're busy now, just think how busy you're going to be when there's a cyber incident kicking off as well. So to wrap up, patch management, it's not flashy, it's not exciting, but it's one of the most important things that you can do to protect your business. Make sure you've got visibility across everything. Make sure someone is actually checking the results. And remember, it's not just Windows updates. It's every bit of tech that you depend on, from the server room to your smartphone. I'm Paul Croker from 18IT, helping you stay safe and secure with every little bit switched on, stay protected, and I'll speak to you soon. Thank you.